Because the tendency of people who are rich is to trust in their riches rather than in the living God. Okay? Look, that's why we go soul winning. I mean, we go soul winning everywhere, but particularly we try to target the poor areas. Because they're rich in faith. You know, because they didn't have the luxuries of this life, their heart becomes more tender towards the things of God. You know, for whatever reason, maybe they didn't grow up with both mom and dad. They didn't have certain privileges and luxuries or whatever because of their surroundings, their community, or whatever happened to them. You know, their misfortunes that came upon them, they're more receptive towards the gospel. That's why we love going to the projects, amen? Go to the projects, go to the ghettos, because these people are the most receptive. I hate going to the rich areas. You know, when I used to go to Pacific Baptist Church, there used to be an area called Bixby Knolls. Okay? And Bixby Knolls was like a very rich area. And you know what? My father-in-law, when we were doing summer saturation, he's like, this is our area. He's like, but don't let this give you a bad taste for soul winning. He said, this is just what we have to do because we try to hit this every once in a while, and we just got to do it. But there's a lot of rich people here, he said. And I'm thinking to myself, well, like, what's the problem? And he's like, rich people have a tendency to just not care about the things of God because they're rich. And you know what? The first door we knocked on, by the way, Bixby Knolls is a massive Jewish community there. Like, there's a synagogue there, okay? A lot of Jews there, okay? So we knock on this door, and this guy opens the door, and my father-in-law is like, hey, we're from Pacific Baptist Church. I want to give this invite. You know, you're 100% sure that if you die today, you go to heaven? And he's like, no, because I go to a synagogue. And my father-in-law was like, okay, well, where do you think you're going to go when you die? And he came up with this whole covenant nonsense, and I'm a Jew, and blah, blah, blah. You know, obviously he didn't get saved, okay? He didn't want much to do with the things of God. He had a double whammy on him. He was rich and he was a Jew, amen? He's part of the synagogue of Satan, okay? So when it comes to the story of the rich man, you know, the principles that we learn there is that it's difficult sometimes for rich people to be saved. But also, another principle that we learn from him is the importance of reaching people, because the people that we're speaking to out there, they're someone's brother. Right. They're someone's daughter, they're someone's mom, they're someone's father, they're someone's relative. And that someone is someone who's in hell. Right. Think about that. There's someone in hell who has family that's still living that's probably wondering, man, I wish someone would go to my house and preach the gospel to my family. You know, we can't do much for the people who are in hell, obviously, but we can do something for those who are still alive. And recognize, well, this is someone's father, this is someone's son, this is someone's daughter. We got to reach them for Christ. Go with me, if you would, to Numbers chapter 16. Numbers chapter 16. We're talking about people in hell this evening. And number one, of course, we saw the rich man, and the fact that the rich man proves that hell is filled with fire. You will burn